Release the memo. Now that the government is back open, where is the memo? Let's get back on track here. I want to see that memo. Release the memo. Up till now, the biggest scandal in American political history has been the Watergate break-in. From my understanding, what the bottom line to the Watergate break-in was, is the Nixon administration hired 3 people, maybe 4, maybe 5, I'm not lying if it's not the correct number, but the point I'm trying to make is the same, one time to break into the opposition party, the Democrat Party's offices to steal paperwork. I believe it was a schedule they actually received, or they were trying to get. One event, one-time break-in, and I'm not trying to downplay it. President Nixon was removed from office off of this, and this is rightfully the biggest scandal in American political history. But what this memo supposedly shows, is way, way bigger than this. This memo is a summary, a bipartisan summary from the Congressional Investigation Committee into the Trump-Russia collusion story. Literally, the biggest story of last year. The story in which mainstream media has convicted America's sitting president for treason every day, every show for over a year. What this summary supposedly shows is the Obama administration weaponized the Department of Justice, the FBI, the CIA, and continually spied on the opposition party for the President of the United States while the election was going on, and even after he was elected. Remember, Watergate was a single event to spy on the opposition. This memo shows weaponizing the FBI and CIA to continually spy on the opposition before and after the election. So they continued this spying even after Trump won, a rightfully elected president. Whether you like Trump or not is irrelevant. This is a true Stalinistic operation. And they didn't even stop there. The mainstream media, along with the whole entertainment industry, has used this to bash America's president every single day, accusing him and basically convicting him of treason every day for over a year. And here's the craziest part of this whole thing. The one thing we all agree on, everyone, whether you're left, right, or center, is Russia wants to cause division in our country. The main goal of the Russians is to cause division in our society. This is what the mainstream media has done for over a year more than anyone else. They are literally reporting the Russians want to divide us while they are dividing us. Every story, every day, every opportunity for over a year. Think about what I just said. The goal of Russia is to cause division in our country. The mainstream media is using Russian propaganda to divide us, all while saying the sitting president Trump is a Russian agent. What? What? They are using Russian propaganda. Remember, the Steele dossier was basically this British guy was given money to find out information on Trump. He called his old contacts in Russia. He didn't even go to Russia to meet or confirm any of these stories that he received. He just contacted them from England, whether it was by phone or by email or whatever. Again, I'm not trying to lie. I don't want anyone to say, I'm lying because if they emailed. The point I'm trying to make is he did not even physically move himself to Russia to try and confirm anything that he was receiving back from this dossier. So they came with stories. He said, I have a ton of money, and what I want to do is I need any story you have on Trump. Some of the stories was public information. Like, one of the parts of the dossier, you can go read this dossier, it was published in BuzzFeed. The fact of the matter is, Donald Trump was in Russia in 2006. He owned the Miss Universe pageant, and he was there. That's part of the dossier. In fact, that's the part of the dossier that the mainstream media likes to point at and say, well, this was corroborated because President Trump was there in 2006. Yeah, but this report was made in 2015, 2016. This is just literal stories, public information stories that are corroborated. Russia collusion has never been corroborated, but that's how they make it sound. That's how you can tell that the mainstream media has no real agenda to push the truth, the whole truth. What they have an agenda to push is any little tiny piece of truth that fits their agenda. President Trump is horrible and he has to go. That's their goal. And that should not be the goal of the mainstream media. The mainstream media's goal should be to represent us and hold government accountable. So if Trump did collude with Russia, believe me, I would be the first person online to tell the country to hang that man for treason. And if it winds up coming out in the end, then hey, Trump's got to go. But I just don't believe it. I do not believe that Trump is a traitor. I don't. What happened is, of course, what usually happens in ongoing conspiracies is that the stories got more and more unbelievable as time went on, until they went too far. People knew, if they had a basic knowledge of Donald Trump, he was a germaphobe. He wrote about it in his books. He didn't shake hands for years because of it. Apparently, these Russian hacks didn't get Trump's books and came up with the prostitution golden shower story. And that is anyone with basic knowledge of Donald Trump called BS. The dossier lost all credibility. Remember, in the end of 2015 or the beginning of 2016, this dossier was published on BuzzFeed, and even the mainstream media didn't trust it. They didn't really report on it. They didn't have this story get corroborated. None of that was in their mind. They were like, that's just crazy. The point is this: the mainstream media and all of the entertainment industry, every talk show host, all the skit shows like Saturday Night Live have been using Russian propaganda to push the Russian agenda, accusing the other side, the sitting President of the United States, of being a Russian agent. This is a red pill moment. The memo hasn't come out yet. And when it does, and it confirms what I'm saying right now, use this to red pill yourself or your friends or anyone if they are not already red pilled. This story really has legs, and if it winds up being the story that is supposed to be, that it looks like it's going to be, it has the potential to be, it's going to be the story of the decade. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you guys very much. I hope you liked the video, and good luck to you.